Hello again to our viewing audience. My name is Perry Ursem, Vice President of Business Retention and Expansion with the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. We are the regional development authority committed to creating jobs, attracting businesses, and strengthening Southern Nevada's regional economy. Welcome to another edition of Company Spotlight. We want to begin by recognizing what a challenging time this has been for many of us. We believe Southern Nevada is a resilient region. We've been doing our best to help companies weather the current storm. We're here to spotlight a company that has been doing their part to serve institutions in need during this time. Cubicall, the custom phone booth manufacturing company who recently relocated from California to North Las Vegas, and we were able to assist them in the process of relocating to the area. Now, in response to COVID-19, Cubicall began transforming their booths into medical isolation mods with features including anti-microbial surfaces. They got in touch with us to connect with organizations in need. Today, we're joined by Nick Pucci, co-founder of Cubicall. Now, for our viewing audience, Nick, could you take a little time and tell us a little bit about your company?
Absolutely. Thanks for having us. We're really excited to be doing this live with you. And as always, it's a pleasure to work with the LVGEA. But yeah, so Cubicall, we were sort of founded out of necessity. My brother and I, we had a marketing company. We worked in an open office plan, and I'm sure as a bunch of people out there have worked in open office plans, there's no room for privacy. You know, whether you're taking a phone call, you just want to focus on some work, so many distractions around in an open office. It's me and my brother. So when we're on the phone, we're listening to each other, we're judging each other, we're yelling at each other. So we had to take phone calls, outside in stairwells. So we thought, this is crazy. We should really get something that can help us stay within the office and get some privacy. And we immediately thought about phone booths. At the time, there wasn't much on the market regarding phone booths. So we decided to build our own. We built our own, we put it in our office. We had clients come in and they were like, hey, this is really awesome. Can you build one for us? So we thought, there might be a market here. And that's sort of where it began. The very first weekend, we put up a website to sell these phone booths. We sold 2 phone booths without any marketing, without any advertising. So we knew there was something there. And that's pretty much how it started. And, since then we sold phone booths to small mom and pop agencies all the way up to Fortune 100 companies.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So share with us, now that you're starting to get these booths out to the market, tell us about some of the benefits that you're seeing with these booths in place.
I just want to make sure, are we phone booths in general or even including the isolation pods?
Talk about both.
Both. Okay. So the phone booths in general that are what we call sort of our office phone booths, those are really meant to just provide privacy within the office. And it's something that's really important. There's been studies out there that shows if people can work in private, their productivity is going to go up. What they like about the office, their workplace satisfaction is going to go up. So there's a lot of benefits. And that's not to say that open office plans still don't have their benefits as well. But it's really important for modern offices to be able to provide these different environments. Obviously, an open office plan really does increase collaboration. But you also want to provide another option where people, when they need that privacy, they can go to. So our phone booths, they're soundproof, they're all customizable, they're all made in the USA. They ship flat to our customers, so our customers can easily assemble them ourselves. And that's sort of our phone booth side. And then since the crisis happened, the COVID-19, we started to, obviously, people weren't working in offices, and that's where our primary business was. So we knew we needed a shift. And we always thought that we can start, because our phone booths are modular, we can start putting those phone booths together and make a bigger booth. And we always wanted to do that in the office setting, but we never quite got there. And then the crisis happened and it sort of forced our hand. So we started really looking into how we can maybe use our phone booths to provide isolation solutions for the medical field. And that's how we came up with our isolation pods. We have 3 out there right now. One is a full isolation pod for patients to stay overnight in. Another one is a smaller isolation pod, which is really used for exams and testing. And then another one is a testing booth, which there's a lot of other manufacturers that have since came out with those as well. And those are for quick tests, sort of mobile phone booth tests. And those ones, obviously it's really to isolate patients. It's to let doctors focus on what they're really able to, what they do best, without having to always clean down their whole office and things like that.
Cool.
Sorry, I
Cool.
might have
So what are
gone.
some of the? No, that's good. That's good. No. So what are some of the organizations that you've worked with as you've been getting into the isolation booths?
Yeah, so when we first started off and we started to pivot, big thanks to you guys for helping with that. We started talking with the National Association of Governors, the Army Corps of Engineers, and they were the ones that really kind of helped us focus on what the requirements of these booths are. Because of course, our background, is an office booth. We didn't really have any experience within the medical field. So they really helped us, seeing what those requirements are, what the doctors are going to need. And then slowly from there, we started talking with independent doctors, independent hospitals from around the country. And we've really been getting the insight from them. Because like I said, we're not experts. They really have to sort of, steer us in the right direction. And the current boosts you see, especially the exam pod on our website, a lot of those cues came from the doctor's insight, telling us sort of what we needed. So working with hospital agencies, doctors from all around the country. And then we're even partnering with other people who are experts within their own field. For instance, our exam pod includes negative pressure HEPA filtration, which, we quickly found out is really required within these isolation pods to make sure that they work correctly. By all means, we're not experts in that. So we partnered with a company called RP Fetter out of New York, who are experts within HEPA and filtration systems. And then we're also partnering with a UV company in the United States who make UV bulbs for ultraviolet disinfection of the booths. And we're starting to include those in the booths as well.
That's awesome. So with the different hotspots throughout the country, where are you seeing the most activity as far as distributing your booths to customers in need?
I'll be honest with you, it's sort of all over the place. We've gotten a lot of interest from the South. We're working with people in New Orleans and things like that. Of course, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. It's sort of been, nationwide.
Okay. And as far as where things are going in the future, where do you see Cubicall going in the future?
I think this whole isolation aspect of our business is a huge market. It's a great opportunity for us. It was something that we've always kind of thought might be there, but we just never had the time or the expertise to sort of explore it. But like I said, the whole crisis kind of, it forced us to rethink our entire business. So we think it's a great opportunity. It's something that we're going to continue to explore and manufacture and get insight. One thing that sort of makes us different from a lot of other phone booth manufacturers out there is that we're totally customizable. So we're working with a bunch of doctors right now to really cater to their needs. So they have, different sort of specifications or requirements for their booth, and we're able to accommodate all that. So we're excited to see sort of, what new directions we go in. We're actually working on some additional isolation solutions that we haven't put on the website yet. But hopefully later this year, we'll be launching those. And again, that's really feedback from the doctors and the hospitals that we've been working with.
And with the isolation pods, with what you've been learning as you've been developing these isolation pods, has this helped with the evolution of the booths? And are you seeing other types of technology that is helping you evolve the booths that you provide for business?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're incorporating things that we never thought we'd incorporate before. Again, that HEPA filtration system, which is negative pressure. So that's something brand new to us, something that we weren't totally familiar with. But since then, of course, we dived really deep into it, and we've been having a lot of help with that. In addition, the UVC lights, UVC if anybody doesn't know out there, has been proven to kill coronaviruses. It kills coronaviruses, bacteria. So it's a great way to disinfect really quick. So we're working on additional solutions to incorporate those UVC lights. And it's been sort of, become a requirement for a lot of these doctors. Because one thing, that these doctors have to do when they go take patients into their rooms is they have to check for COVID. And those tests, can expel a lot of germs within their environment. So if the doctors are bringing them into their office or to their operation room, they essentially have to clean that whole room down afterwards. So our booth allows the doctors to bring these patients into, a smaller booth, a smaller room, do the tests in there, and then afterwards they can quickly clean it. And we've been told that our booths, the doctors can see about double the amount of patients in the same amount of time. So we're really excited. We're happy to help. And yeah, I mean, we keep on learning, and some of these things that we're learning in the medical field, we definitely want to take it and maybe bring it back into the office environment as well.
Awesome, Nick. Well, Nick, thank you much for what you bring, this, not only this technology, but just your ability to pivot like you have in response to COVID, and being innovative, and hopefully being able to benefit it's not just yourself, but obviously your team and everyone associated with Cubicall. No, thank you for all that you're doing, just to hopefully help us get closer to the finish line when it comes to getting past this pandemic.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for our viewing audience, any final thoughts or anything else you'd like to share with those that are watching us today?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that we had to do quickly, because when we first started, working with the Army Corps of Engineers, they needed, a lot of quantity of booths very quickly, I should say. So we started to have to partnering with different companies around the Las Vegas area. And we love working with other companies. So if there are other companies out there have ideas, if they're, they want to partner with us on different things, we're always open to exploring new opportunities. So, reach out to us. Even if you got an idea for a booth that you want customized just for your own needs, that's what we specialize in here. So let us know. And then lastly, I just want to say, the LVGEA has been, so great during this crisis. And we come from California, and it's just a breath of fresh air from working in a community like this with organizations like yours who are really out there trying to help the business community.
Oh, well, thank you, Nick. Really, really appreciate that. Well, Nick, again, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for Cubicall and bringing your business to Southern Nevada. And once again, Perry Ursem with the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. For those of you watching us today, thank you very much for your time.